Local celebrity, former Miss South Carolina, Kimberly Bryant, joining us. She's appearing in the South Carolina Repertory Theater's production of Tennessee Williams' The Glass Menagerie. And what part do you play?
Of Amanda Wingfield.
Well, I can tell by the way you said that she's probably Southern.
She is, however, the play takes place in St. Louis. So she is a little bit of a fish out of water there.
Uh-huh.
And not only that, times they have changed.
Yes.
And
now, what is this time period?
In the 1930s.
Okay.
So we're guessing she was around more turn of the century, and she came up in the time of still beautiful long dresses.
Yes.
She was quite the debutante. She was raised probably on a plantation or a planter. Her father was a planter.
Yes.
And it was a different time. They had servants,
right.
Back in the days of the old South.
It always seems like the world is spinning out of control in modern times, that things ought to be the way they used to be back when I was young. And to think that people even thought that in the 1930s, looking back, like the 1930s, they're just too wild. It should be like it used to be. But what is the central premise for the show?
I'll just read a little bit about what it says here. Amanda Wingfield, which is my character, is a faded remnant of Southern gentility who now lives in a dingy St. Louis apartment with her son, Tom, and her daughter, Laura, who has a physical handicap and debilitating shyness, which again now would be considered something else, perhaps.
Sure.
The father has left the home. Tom supports his mother and sister with a shoe factory job he finds unbearable. When Amanda convinces Tom to bring home from his workplace a gentleman caller for Laura, the illusions that Tom, Amanda, and Laura have created for each other to make life bearable collapse about them. Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful, charming play. There as sad as it can be, it's also quite funny in places.
Oh, and you play the part of the mother? I
play the part of the mother. It's one of my. I've had a few mother roles now.
How are you liking that?
I mean, it works for me now. In the beginning, when the first time I think I played a mom in Bye Bye Birdie a few years ago in New York, and I was like, oh, this is my first. Oh,
you want me to play it? I thought you wanted me for.
I was going to play the teenager. No, yeah, I'm the mom now, or one of the moms.
Talk to Kimberly Bryant, who is in the Glass Menagerie. I've never seen the show. Obviously, I've heard of it. It's very famous.
No, it was done here pretty famously. I was pretty young when Joanne Woodward, who actually did the film version, I believe in the 80s, there was a film version that Paul Newman directed.
Yes, I remember. She it was the Greenville Little Theater. But she did it at the Greenville Little Theater because when she was a young girl, of course, she went to high school here. Yes.
Famously at Greenville High School. And
correct.
then she, when it was then called until recently it was called the Greenville Little Theater. And she originally played Laura, who was the young daughter who has the special needs, as now I'll refer to it. But then she came back as an adult and played Amanda, a role she did do on screen as well.
Yeah. You mentioned Joanne Woodward at Greenville High. My uncle was in that class with her, and he went to all the class reunions. He said the highlight of the reunion was always reading the telegram from Joanne Woodward explaining why she and Paul couldn't be there.
Right. But she came back one time because I was visiting. I don't know if that's when she did the role. It was some other time I was visiting, and somewhere in my scrapbooks I have a picture with her.
Oh, really?
Because I didn't, an autograph was not enough for me. I was like, this was before we all had cell phones and did selfies with everybody.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't remember. It may have been when I was Miss South Carolina, and we went to some event, and I was determined to get my picture made with Joanne Woodward somewhere in all of my
that's great.
memorabilia.
That's something you can pass on to future generations. Well, that is this weekend, the 9th, 10th, the 11th, and 12th.
Up on Thursday.
That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And
Sunday's a matinee. So if you're somebody like my mom who prefers to go in the afternoon.
Yes. But Kimberly Bryant plays Amanda Wingfield. Tickets are $15, and you can get your tickets at screp.org. That's screp.org. And good luck, and break a leg or...
Yes, break a leg is appropriate.
Okay.
I just want to mention real quick, if people are really old school and they want the phone number, 864-660-3423.
660-3423. Local celebrity, former Miss South Carolina, Kimberly Bryant.